Oh yeah, I just want to talk about MS again, obviously, multiple sclerosis, and just touch on a few bits. I did a video earlier, as you can see I'm dressed now. This afternoon dinner's cooking nicely. Kane's still in bed. Nat's only just got up, so been a bit of a quiet morning. Dog's been running around like a lunatic. Yeah, just touching on loneliness again. Like I say, I'm not doing these videos for anyone to feel sorry for me or get sympathy or attention or anything like that. One, I'm doing it for people that know me to maybe understand a little bit better. Maybe that's one of the main reasons. It's a difficult thing to understand, even for me. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this down so I'm not listening to the radio. Yeah, so, and for myself, it helps me if I talk about it. I don't always want to talk about it to people because I think it bores people sometimes. You lot must think, oh my god, here she goes again. But I think I'm going to start my own page soon. I've got a channel on YouTube already, but you probably would have seen all them videos already, so... but I'm going to start doing them on subjects of... Sorry about the dodgy camera work. I'm trying to hold it, and it's hurting my arms. Just on a subject of one, symptom or one bit of to do with MS. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit of loneliness right now. Because after I finished doing the video and started, I played it back, posted it, took forever to post anyway. I don't know why the Wi-Fi in this place is rubbish. Basically, I think maybe why you feel so lonely, I suppose, and alone with this disease is because people don't understand. You can't understand. How can you understand when you're not going through something? It's like I can't understand. I can try and understand. I can try and empathise what a situation somebody else is going through. But unless you go through it yourself, you can't. How can you? And it's a very difficult thing to understand. There's so much to it. It's crazy. I'm not the person I used to be anymore. And people probably, well, 1 minute I was there, the next minute I'm gone. I've left Bedford. One reason, well, there's quite a few reasons I left Bedford. I wanted to just come home. Yeah, I've always felt like this is home for me. My son's here, obviously. That's the main, huge reason. That's the biggest reason, should I say. So I told you my words. So you have to excuse me if I use silly words and stutter, bumble, mumble, and the rest of it. The massive change in me. I used to be quite... Don't get me wrong, I'm still outgoing and I'm still the same person inside, But I just... Different thing... This has shown me what's important in life. I'm just thankful to wake up every morning and breathe and see the smiles on my children's faces. That's what I'm thankful for every morning. And to have certain good people around me, that I know will stick by me through thick and thin. I know a lot of people, but there is a few that I can say will stick through me, but through anything. Friends that I class as family. Yeah, it's a lonely disease because no matter if you're in a crowded room, like, you still feel alone because everybody else is chatting about work and going out and, even... No, I'm not going to touch on that. It's normal stuff. I ain't normal no more. I've got this incurable disease where people don't know how to treat me. People don't want to mention it. People want to talk about it. People want to advise me. People want to try and preach to me. And I know everybody means well, like I said. But like I said, it's a very lonely place to be, is MS. Like I said, I'm not sitting there having a pity party or trying to make anyone feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to maybe get this off my chest myself, make people understand how I feel, and just get people to try and understand what MS is. My poor children, bless them, they've had to take a crash course. They live with it daily. Alright, even though Kane doesn't live with me, he lives between us, me and his dad. He stays here. He says he lives with his dad, but then he stays here. If I'm poorly, he won't leave me. He won't want to leave me. It's nice to have people take an interest, to understand, because you don't feel so alone in this. So, but yeah, it's a very lonely place. A lot of people don't know what it is. They just think, oh, it's muscles. No, it's not. It's so much more in depth than that, Going on to certain other symptoms, like I said from earlier, I remembered a few more after that I go through. I can't regulate my body temperature. It's crazy, that is. I sweat, like take for instance, I was out the other day with my kids. First time I've been out in, apart from going to hospital, because I can't get down the stairs. And I'm in the shops. The kids are looking at certain bits and bobs and whatever else in the shops. I've got a vest top on, right? And my coat, my jacket, just a jacket, so it's not a massive thick coat. It's a leather jacket, so, it does hold the heat, but it wasn't a massive jacket. I am sweating. When I say I'm sweating, I am sweltering. The makeup is dripping off my face. And the woman in the shop, I'm saying, she's looked at me, she goes, oh my God, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm just hot. And she's like, I'm freezing. I'll get on the bus, when I was okay and walking, I'll get on the bus and be sweltering just because the heating's on the bus. And it's not even just sweltering, sweat is dripping off me, and I find it embarrassing that, because he's like, don't sweat, underarms, it's my face. You see my forehead, and my temperature goes really, it rockets really high, and then it will go really low. And when I get cold, right, so obviously with the body temperature thing as well, with MS as well, hot and cold, the hot weather can aggravate your symptoms. The cold weather can aggravate your symptoms. With me, hot, I like hot. Hot is good for my legs. If my legs feel fantastic when I'm sitting out in the sun, even to go and have a sunbed, it feels lovely. They tingle. I can't even describe it. It's like a nice tingling feeling. It's like, it just feels nice. Cold makes me hurt. When I say I'm hurting, to be out in the cold, even just for a minute. I went through a stage when we've had a real mild winter, but I think for a couple of days, even a week, I think it went quite cold. It wasn't even that cold really, but it went quite cold. And it was like I had flu. I was complaining to my best mate every day. Poor girl, she gets me complaining to her all the time. And it was I was aching, I was cold, and I had to wrap myself up, so I put tracksuit top on, jumper, dressing gown over the top of that, in my quilt, with a blanket on. Still cold, still aching, still there, where I can't function. That's to the point I can't function, that's what I mean. So yeah, the cold, you can't regulate your body temperature. Constant urine infections, because when you've got MS, you retain urine. You don't. So when you go, well, a normal person, I hate using the word normal, but we're going to use the word normal, right? A normal person can empty their bladder. That's fine. We can't empty our bladder. Well, I don't know about all of us. I can't. I know that much. I can't empty my bladder completely. So I retain. When I was in hospital, when I got admitted to hospital, I was retaining 710 millilitres of urine. That's a lot. That's a huge amount. So that sitting there dormant in your bladder is going to create an infection because you don't get rid of it, because obviously you're supposed to expel, your urine. Check me using all these big words. Anyway, yeah, so constant urine infections, and it's a vicious circle. The minute you get an infection, it will spark symptoms, which is an infection-based relapse. A relapse, I haven't even explained that. A relapse is when you have a new symptom for more than 24 hours. It lasts for more than 24 hours. A new symptom. A flare-up is the same symptoms that you've had before. So this time when I went into hospital, I had new symptoms. I had gone blind in my... Well, alright, the blind bit is not really new, which is called optical neuritis, which is the inflammation of the optical nerve at the back of your eye, obviously. Right. The deafness in my ear, that was a new one. The pain in my arm here, to the point I couldn't lift it, couldn't move it. It was on fire. I also had this pain in the back of my head, just here. If I just show you, just here. It's like someone was stabbing me. I mean, when I say, it's like, I feel like the words I'm using aren't enough. Yeah, the words I'm using aren't even touching what I mean. But I'm not trying to carry on like I'm a drama queen, you get me? Like, it's just, take for instance, the night I went and got rushed into hospital, I was trying to walk back from the toilet. Kane luckily was behind me. That's my eldest son. I keep saying that again for people who don't know. And my toilet is literally opposite my bedroom. And as I've walked back in, and this pain is... I'm not joking. If I'd have gone like that and saw blood, I would have said someone had stabbed me in the back of my head, the nape of my head, right at the top of my spine. And I know I've got lesions there. I know I've got my C5 anyway. I'm a C5 vertebrae. Right. And as it's happened, my legs have just gone from underneath me. Kane's caught me, thank God, and just like kind of pulled me to the bed. And called the doctor. Doctor said, right, that's it, ambulance straight away. So we ambulance. So I got to hospital. Yeah, so that's right. That was a relapse, probably relapse. I think there was a couple of other symptoms as well, but I can't really remember. I'm trying to think, but anyway. So yeah, and then you have an infection-based relapse, which isn't a real relapse. It's caused by infection. So when you have infection running through your body, it's the first thing they'll do when you go into hospital. They'll test your blood to make sure, to see if you've got an infection. And normally, I know they've done it with me quite a few times, they take an arterial, I can't really do this because I'm holding the phone, arterial blood test, which hurts like hell. They take it straight from your artery in your wrist, right? So, yeah, so I didn't have an infection. And I know when I've got an infection, mine is either pneumonia or urine infection. So yeah, some other symptoms. The tremors. Oh my days, the tremors. My son calls it breakdancing for me. He likes to put humour in it, and actually, to be fair, I like it when he does it as well, because it just makes light of it, and it's not afraid to, some people might be afraid to take the mickey. He's not, but he's not being horrible when he's doing it. Yeah, breakdancing, he calls it. He goes, Mum, you busting a new move? I'm like, yeah. I shake uncontrollably, jerk and shake uncontrollably. And then all of a sudden my wrist will go into this spasm and my legs will go into these spasms, and it looks like I'm having like kind of like a seizure, really. And I've read recently there is such a thing in MS called, you have these seizures, but it's not a seizure. It's a seizure that you're gone. For me, you know, with epilepsy, my dad had epilepsy, so with him, when he had seizures, he was gone. He couldn't remember what had happened. He was out of it after he'd come out of it. Me, no, it's not the case. I'm there the whole time. So yeah, it's embarrassing for me as well. I find it embarrassing because people stare, and anyone that knows me, I don't know. I could be I'm a really nice person, but I've also got a bit of a temper on me, or used to have, I should say. But I'm quick to temper, especially with people looking at me. When I'm embarrassed, that's probably my main trigger for my temper, because I get really like peed off that people are looking at me. And people do, you know what people are like? They love to stare. You know what? I prefer you to come up to me and say to me, "What's the matter with you?" Like, or well, not like that, obviously. Like, "What's the matter with you?" Like, you know, "What's wrong? You know, what, are you okay?" For me to turn around and say, "Yeah, it's just my MS," or, you know, and yeah, then just stare. You know, at least have the balls to come up to me and say, "What's wrong with you?" Instead of just staring and being like making me feel uncomfortable. Because it's not my fault, I'm not drunk, and that's another thing as well, the drunk thing. So when I'm doing the whole shaking thing and, you know, and all that, I walk, your balance goes off when you've got MS as well. It's another main symptom of how they diagnose you, to know if your balance is, there's quite a few bits of the diagnosis, but I can't walk in a straight line. I bob and weave like this. You know, if I'm walking next to you, when I was walking properly, at the moment I'm walking on crutches or my roller, what's it called? Rollator. Let me just show you quickly. Oh, is that over there? Yeah. So my rollator, that was it. I couldn't think of what it was called. So I'm using that to walk with. I'd have a wheelchair if I could, but I can't fit one in my flat, and I can't actually use my arms because I can't, because I haven't got the strength in my arms anymore, and I couldn't take my weight like that anyway. But because I'm telling you, I've been in a wheelchair. When I was in Adam Brooks Hospital, I was in a wheelchair, yeah, and I've got to give props to the people in wheelchairs, because they are so hard to push yourself in one. Your upper body strength is, oh my god. So I've got to give all I've got to give all respect to the people in a wheelchair, because that was hard work. Too hard. In the end, I remember giving up halfway down to back up to the ward. And someone pushed me, thank God, took pity on me and pushed me, because I probably would have stayed there the whole night. So either that or crawl on my front back to the ward. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not walking at the moment. Like I said, my right side's completely gone. I can just basically flicker my toe. I don't know what I can show you. I can't turn the camera around, I have to turn the whole thing around. Let me just show you. Right, so my left leg, I can move fine. My right, that's as far as it's going for me. I don't know if I actually showed you, because I'm not sure if I got you in the right thingy. And you probably did spot an ashtray on my bed. Yes, I do smoke, but I don't smoke on the videos because I just choose not to. People will be going, "Well, you've got MS, why'd you smoke?" Well, I've given up drinking. I've given up a lot of stuff. I eat healthily. Not all the time, don't get me wrong. I'm not Miss Healthy all of a sudden. But I do eat healthily as much as I can. I enjoy it as well. But you know, there's the odd treat now and again. I like a bit of chicken and chips and whatever else. A bit of pizza or whatever. You can't always eat healthily, you know. I'm not a saint. But I do smoke. I do eventually want to give up, because I also have COPD as well. Starts of COPD. She's okay at the moment. I've had a check recently done. But my doctors actually have said to me that to do it when I need to do it or when I'm ready to do it, because the stress it will put my body under might put me into hospital anyway with a relapse. So at the end of the day, I'll do it. I've tried before, I failed. I've tried and I was successful for 15 months. I will do it. But I'm choosing not to smoke on the videos anyway, so, you know, I'm not going to sit here puffing, even though I'm dying for one right now. God, I don't know, I've waffled a load of rubbish tonight. 20 minutes, look at this. Sorry. Yeah. This disease is a bitch. Excuse my language. Yeah. I pray for my lifetime, in my lifetime, somebody can find a cure, because this is horrible to live like this. I would not wish this on my worst enemy, and I mean that. Like, I really wouldn't. It's a horrible thing to live with. The pain every day you wake up in. Just what it takes me to get out of bed in the morning and pretend in front of the kids that I'm all right. Because that's what I do. I do that a lot. So they go to school. Because if I don't, they won't go to school. They want to stay with me. They don't want to leave me. Because they're frightened. I get that. You know. And it doesn't help when you've got people, well, I'm going to say people, saying bad things about me and my illness as well, you know, to the children. Whoever watches this, no, I'm not going to sit here and name and shame, but you know who you are. Okay? They don't need that. It's kind of mental abuse, actually, isn't it? Really. Because my children do cope very well, I think, but they have their moments. It's heavy. They've had to grow up very quickly. It's hard. This life is hard. But you know, we're living it, and we're still enjoying it. And I'm not going to let it defeat me. You know, I'm going to fight this with everything I've got. And right now, it's not winning, just because I'm like this. Because I'm still breathing. I'm still fighting. It's not winning. It's never going to win. As far as I'm concerned, I will win. People are like, yeah, all right, like, calm down. But no, that's how I feel. I feel really passionate about it. And I'm sure other people with MS do as well. Well, not even just people with MS, people with chronic illness. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave it here and talk about another subject. It's like my little doggy. Junior, come. Look, let me show you my four-legged carer. Junior, this is my little four-legged carer. He doesn't like the camera. He's a bit camera shy. Junior, Bubbles. Look, you see this? Bubbles, come down. Bubbles. So anyway, sorry. This is my little boy. He's my boy Junior. He keeps me company when the children ain't here. He's a good boy. He looks after his mummy. He won't look at the camera. Let me try and get him to look at the camera. Oh, sorry, Jude. Sorry. Drop the camera on the dog's head. That wasn't great, was it? He's not going to like the camera at all now, is he? There he is. There's my baby. Look, cuddling up to his mummy. And anyone that knows me, yes, that's Escobar's son. Ian's Esky, who died a few weeks ago, bless him. Very upsetting for all of us. Anyway, I'm not going to carry on waffling. Just wanted to show you my little four-legged carer Junior, my fur baby. He's pampered and like hell. Okay, anyway, I'm going to do another video soon. Maybe on just one symptom, and then explain about certain things. But if anyone wants me to say it, you know, on a specific subject, then like I said, do anything in the comments, and I will. Sorry for waffling again.